Grand Rising, everyone. This is Artists of Truth, and welcome to my vlog. Pardon the glare. I'm actually en route on my way to work, but there's a very, very serious yet comical topic that I want to touch on today. So, as you may know, our little orange, pale skin character of y'all's president has a 80 bill, whichever, has a bounty on his head. I thought the shit was funny. I thought it was fucking awesome. George Lopez said, shit, you know what? Hell, we'll do it for half of that. I died laughing. That shit was so funny. So funny. But that shit is so real. And I understand there's probably going to be a lot of Trump supporters that will not like what I'm saying or what I am about to say. But fuck it. We're talking about a subhuman being that doesn't respect people. Regardless of your religion, your ethnicity, and then on top of that, you got some coon ass, and that's what I'm saying. You got some coon ass Trump supporters that really and honestly believe that this motherfucker gives a fuck about you. Okay? First and foremost, if the motherfucker doesn't give a damn about American people, my dude, the fuck makes you think he gives a fuck about you? You a educated dumbass for believing that shit. It takes a special type of nigga to be as stupid and asinine as one Trump supporter. What's his name? Terrence Williams. All right. So Terrence Williams, some Trump support. I watched some of his rant on Instagram, speaking about George Lopez, saying, George Lopez should be investigated and him and his family should be deported. I was like, look here, I've never heard anyone with any melanin in their skin talking about deporting Mexicans. This shit is new to me. But any black person that fixes their mouth to say that Mexicans should be deported, but yet and still the motherfuckers that should be deported, you shop with. The motherfuckers that should be deported, you shop with, you buy shit from. Hell, some of you all even work with them. But then you want to talk about deporting the Mexican. Look here. First and foremost, shut that shit up. Like, for real. Stop that shit. The history of the United States government corporation has done nothing more than lie, cheat, manipulate, mislead, abuse, and terrorize the American people. Period. That is not an assumption. That is a fact. Still being written in the same goddamn history books that I was studying out of when I was in school. And last time I was in school, heavy was in the early 2000s. Graduated out of high school in 98. And then, continued on to community college. Still being subjected to the inability still being exposed to a lot of these lies, being manipulated, cheated. And honestly, when I say this, it doesn't have anything to do with race, because everybody is being fucked over the same goddamn way. Everybody. And this is one time in my, that you rarely will hear me say it in any of my vlogs, that everybody's getting fucked over. Doesn't matter what your race is, it doesn't matter the sex, the ethnicity, your class. You know what? Everyone is being fucked over royally and unknowingly. Everybody. As I stated before, folks going out here jumping into the military, wanting to defend and honor a government corporation that they don't honor or respect you. Oh, you think just because they throw you, they pay you in Federal Reserve notes, and pin some metal badges on your uniform? You think that's something to rant and rave about? You a fool. And I'll tell anyone who is military, former military, a general, I'll tell anybody. I was like, what the fuck I know you don't know? What the fuck I know would change your whole fucking perspective. So if you think that getting a little pension and being paid in Federal Reserve notes is supposed to be something so, it's supposed to be something so big, and getting, receiving little pins and medals of honor and valor and all that. If you think that's something, you think that's something big, you highly mistaken. You missing out on truth. Men and women have gone out here and put their lives on the line for a government corporation that does not tell you the real truth. Even though it's right up under their nose, and you're looking and you can't help but to question certain things. But of course, if you're working for the government, you ask questions, and 9 times out of 10, you probably would end up disappearing just because you asking too many questions. But I'm really making this post to stress a very, very important point. Look around you. Look around you. Your president is setting you up for failure. Setting some of your loved ones who are currently in the military, setting them up for failure, possible death. Because they want to go to war. You kill an individual with no evidence, no real reasoning behind you killing the individual. My thing is this, and I really and truly need people to shut the fuck up, get out of your emotions, and think about what I'm about to say. And this is what the U.S. government corporation, along with their military, has been doing for probably longer than I've existed. Yeah, longer than I existed. The United States corporation, with this military, has been stealing resources from other countries. All right? First and foremost, you don't break into someone's home, steal their valuables. Follow me. You don't break into a person's home, steal their valuables, and kill members of that household, and then later on come back and say, well, I'm going to help you rebuild. I'm going to help you rebuild. This was just a casualty of war, but I'm gonna help you rebuild. I'm going to leave my camera monitor here so we can monitor things and whatnot. Hopefully we won't need to come, hopefully I won't need to come back and repeat the same process. I want everything to be under my control. Oh yeah, you can still be over it, but you'll be just the middleman, because I'm going to be presiding over you. So I'm going to monitor everything that I see you do and say. So it's like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. And it's like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. But guess what? This is exactly what's happening right now. This is what's happening right now with the U.S., with the government. This is exactly what's going on. They go in, steal someone else's resources, kills those who are ahead or over these particular resources. If they don't kill them, they put a serious threat out on them to force them to oblige, even though they don't want to. But yet, everyone loves the government. I never understood that. That shit never made sense to me. And yet you have a plethora of people in other countries who despise Americans. Thanks to our government corporation and their sex trafficking cults and pedophiles that work in Congress, in the Senate. Oh, you thought it was just Hollywood? Nah, buddy. No. Never. But it just doesn't it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. But you all are going to kind of like look at me and just laugh like, really? Did he just bring so just the other night I was on my Xbox. I'm messing with this first person shooter online game. Now stick with me. It's a reason why I'm talking about it. But I'm guessing one of those Black Ops, Black Ops shooter person games. But I was playing the campaign and I finished it, within a few days. And what I noticed was the storyline. Storyline was about two siblings in their home country that were being invaded by by some sort of terrorist. But yeah. So of course, just like in most movies, films or whatever, they always draw the US up as being, the savior, the hero of the game. It's like, but I'm sitting here and I followed the storyline all the way through to the end. And what I got from it was two siblings whose home and livelihood were destroyed by an alleged dictator, right? Came in and destroyed their homeland. Their family, the mom was killed, the dad was killed. So basically, I don't know why this bus stopped in the middle of the road like that, but it ain't dropped nobody off, I don't think. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. Just quickly lost my train of thought. That's why I need my goddamn coffee. But no, they grew up and they worked together in order to take back what they lost. So they fought for their country. All right. And my question to American people is, the fuck you think people are going to do when you infiltrate their home, their country, and you destroy what they have? You destroy what they have. You steal their resources. All because motherfuckers are greedy. Simple. Motherfuckers are greedy. They want to take control of someone else's goddamn resources, but they don't want their resources taken from them. They don't want you, they don't want you coming into their country, destroying and displacing families. They don't want you to do that, but guess what? They will turn around and do this shit in a heartbeat. I never understood that. I never understood that shit. Which is another reason, I don't feel the need to even join the military, because it's almost like, are you really the hero? Or are you just manipulated and led to believe that you are a hero? I'm just saying. Our orange friend, your president, assassinated a top general in a country where the people are so furious that now they want the head of this motherfucker. George Lopez was like, shit, hey, we do it for half. I was like, shit. Y'all need the address? Shit. Hey, I don't need no blood on my hands, but hey, shoot. We know where he's at. You can go there and get him yourself. And it's crazy because it was a Trump supporter. I was watching a snippet from his video. Some guy named Terrence Williams or whoever he is, but these fools love wearing that "Make America Great Again" hat, not realizing that when was America ever great? Great for who? Because if it wasn't great for your ancestors, it damn sure well enough won't be great for you, dumbass. But that is the typical mindset. That is the typical mindset of a sellout, of a coon that fails to recognize the history of this government corporation. I mean, yeah, true enough. Our elders died for us to have access to a lot of things. But a lot of those things that they died for so we can have access to, we still don't have access to it. I'm not even going to go into the conversation about reparations, because I just feel like that would just be a conversation that will continue rolling on, and nothing comes from it. But this whole threat that the Department of Security has came up with, saying, well, we received an imminent threat, and it was passed down. Our commander-in-chief was like, hey, let's go ahead and get rid of this issue. It's like you're killing innocent people, and then you fail to realize that if that same shit was to happen here, how many Americans do you actually believe would be so torn and mind would be so disordered that they would want to retaliate against the same country that came in and just stole resources, slaughtered and dismantled families? It's like, you don't think for 1 minute Americans will want to retaliate or even take it upon themselves to infiltrate and dismantle this organization from within? I mean, please believe me. I understand these are, it's video games, right? It's video games. Okay. These video games are depicting the truth. They're depicting the truth. Most people don't catch on to that shit. They just feel like, oh, it's a video game. Pow, pow, boom, boom. But it showed, it made me think, It made me really stop and think and analyze what is going on around us right now. yeah, true enough, we're dealing with racism. We're dealing with racism, but as someone told me before, racism is nothing more than a distraction from what the real issue is. And I've heard it, and it always, that always stayed with me. But now I'm seeing it, it's starting to really solidify and manifest itself, because it's like, shit, we're, yeah, true enough, we are all Americans. We are all getting fucked over by the same government corporation that goes on the media and says, well, it was an imminent threat. So we had to step in and eliminate this imminent threat. Okay, what the fuck was the threat? Well, we don't know yet. We don't have evidence. I was like, look at, you had evidence. And let me say this, because this is strictly for these Trump supporters that are supporting what this orange hair freak moved forward with. You talk about an imminent threat. You had an imminent threat when North Korea launched those chemical missiles, those test missiles, right? That, my friend, was an imminent threat. Guess what the U.S. did? What did the U.S. government corporation do? Nothing. Nothing. Sent a mass signal out talking about an imminent a missile launch. But guess what? They didn't go to war with them. I mean, I'm just, look, I don't know everything, but what I do know is there's not common sense being used here. It's not. Common sense is not being used here. Because an imminent threat like North Korea launching off missiles, that is a threat. Especially if you've already addressed it and was like, look, don't be launching no missiles. And they turn around and launch another one off like, fuck you gonna do? Fuck you gonna do? What you gonna do? I done launched off 3 or 4 missiles right now. You haven't done shit. So what you saying? Nothing. Oh, okay. Shut the fuck up. Trump didn't do anything. He didn't put out no hit on Kim Jong-un. Did he? No, of course not. But then you go to kill a top general in another country that, if I'm not mistaken, they have been subjected to slaughter since 2003. But we all know what it's really about. And it's about controlling resources. It's about controlling resources. And then when you move certain figureheads out of position and you put individuals in their position previously, or I'm sorry, I'll make it more simpler. When you remove the head of state out of a position and then you bring someone else in and you appoint them, not the people, but you appoint them, that is no longer a free country. That's not. That's all the U.S. does. The U.S. goes in, infiltrates another country solely for the resources. Because that's what it's really about. If I'm not mistaken, Iranians, they unearthed a $50 billion oil reserve. 50 billion. With a B, not a mill. $50 billion oil reserve. So I guarantee you there's going to be U.S. military bases set up in those areas to kind of like monitor. Like the fuck they need monitoring for. They don't need you. Look, they do not need you to monitor shit. They don't. And I'll be the first one to say they don't need you to monitor a goddamn thing. Half of y'all motherfuckers can't even monitor the pedophiles, the pedophiles, the sex traffickers in this goddamn country. But you want to go over and monitor someone else's shit, but you can't even fix the issues in your own backyard. Like, y'all stupid as fuck. Y'all just stupid as fuck. And these black Trump supporters, boy, to me, look, it's 2020. All right. Y'all's 2020. A new year is here. Black Trump supporters need to sit down, shut the fuck up, reanalyze their own thought process and what you are following. A lot of y'all Trump supporters, y'all not leaders. Y'all followers. Y'all easy to manipulate. I don't know if it's dope or dog food. You're probably eating both. But for anyone to back one individual that doesn't even respect you, you have to be it takes a special type of nigga to be that goddamn docile, weak-minded, and stupid. I don't care how many fucking degrees you got. That don't mean shit to your common sense. You're still stupid. You look stupid. You sound stupid. You sound articulately stupid. You sound intelligently stupid. This individual is going to walk the whole goddamn country into a goddamn war. And guess what? Are y'all Trump supporters? Are you gonna join the military and go out there and fight? No. No, you won't. I guarantee you, a lot of you that's doing all this talking, y'all won't do that shit. A lot of y'all are actually smart about that. You won't join you won't join the army, but you supporting the individual who's a bigot. He's a bigot. He doesn't think rationally about what the fuck he's about to do or what he's about to say before he allows it to come out of his mouth, or he just moves forward to do it. People, this is solely about goddamn resources. You cannot go into someone else's house and start moving shit around or start taking shit and start killing people and then leave and then come back later and say, you know what, hey, I'm just going to help you rebuild. I'm going to set these cameras up right here. I just want to kind of like monitor some things. You got some new resources. Hey, let me take a couple of things from your resources. And, you say don't? Oh, okay. You still saying don't take from your resources? Oh, okay. Understand this. I killed your family. I will come back and kill you. So shut the fuck up and let me do what I'm doing. That is exactly how the U.S. is operating in other countries. That is exactly how the U.S. is operating in other countries. It's all about world dominance, world control. It doesn't have anything to do with, they're, over in Pakistan and Iran, they are killing their people. We're going over there to save the people and help the people rebuild. We're going over here to do this, and we're going over here to do that. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Not at all. That's not even, that's not even the goddamn case. Not at all. It really is not. That's really, really not even the case. I had to back up so someone else could get out. But isn't it sad? I mean, honestly, just stop and think about it. Stop and think about it for yourself. If a person was to come into your home, cause a havoc, and just kill your family, kill your family, steal your property. And then later on they come right back and was like, you know what? I want to help you rebuild. I want to help you rebuild. I want to help you. I want to help your people. But you're looking at them just like, you were just here not too long ago. You killed my family. And now you're back again? Stealing more of my resources? I should kill you right now where you stand just for you saying that. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, I might die, but guess what? I'm going to slit your throat and leave you with a permanent reminder of why this was being done, in your so-called form of justice. The United States government corporation, government officials, the Senate, Congress, whatever, they just need to leave other countries alone. Leave other countries alone. Better yet, focus on cleaning up in your own backyard. Like, focus on that. You have these sex trafficking cults and pedophilia rings that is ongoing, but it's like you're trying to go over to someone else's country and fix shit, and your own country is not even fixed. It's funny that you have people from other countries that would tell Americans, damn, what type of government you have that doesn't respect black people. Doesn't respect black people, oppresses black people. Whoa! Now we're talking about people that are outside of this country. And they see it. If they see it, guess what? Motherfucker, get your ass out of someone else's goddamn country trying to get things in order for them. Those people are fine. Let them people be. They don't need your ass over there. They don't need your funky ass military, because the military, a lot of these military personnel, they go over there, they're stealing, they're killing innocent men, women, and children, and then they hide behind a mask. Let me tell you something. If you have to hide behind a mask, you are a fucking coward. You are a coward. Plain and simple. Let these people see your face. Let these people see your face for who you really and truly are. Don't hide behind no mask. What are you hiding from? You signed up for this shit. So you hide your face because you don't want the retaliation to come back on you. But karma is a motherfucker. And I honestly believe this U.S. government corporation, it is going to fold. It's going to fold. And there are going to be some American casualties behind this shit. Because too many other countries are getting sick and tired of the U.S. going in, stealing resources, putting their nose in someone else's affairs like, motherfucker, do you not know we will nuke the fuck out of you? It's like, let's just be honest with ourselves. The U.S. government and its military isn't the only goddamn military, isn't the only well-advanced military on this planet. No, bitch. Regardless of what they may tell you, what you are led to believe, everybody isn't just going to open up and show you their hands and let you know, yo, I got this and I got that. And the sad part about it is, this U.S. government is so ass backwards that it just allows anyone to come into the country, join, take part in the government, join into the military. And I'm just like, y'all fuckers are stupid. Y'all just let you open the doors, let all other motherfuckers come in, but keep the Haitians and other, ethnicities of melanated people. You love to keep them out, but you open the door and you let everybody else come in. Not realizing that a lot of, you have a lot of people who are from North Korea. You have a lot of people who are from China. You have a lot of people here that are from Russia. And I'm like, does it ever cross any of you motherfuckers' minds that you freely opening the door, not knowing the full extent of their intentions on coming here? You can always destroy an organization just by starting from within it. Dismantling, sharing information. It's like, come on, man. This shit is, when I tell you, this shit is whack as fuck. And so many people are just so ass backwards. Like, how ass backwards can you be? Handle your own affairs. That's the U.S. problem. They always want to get in, put their nose into someone else's business. And if they come across a figurehead that is totally and completely in control over his country and his people, guess what happens? They paint him, they will paint him up as a dictator so they can get the support from the American people in moving forward to remove them. I'm like, who in the hell are you to remove any goddamn body? When some of the motherfuckers that need to be removed, they aren't removed. Like your orange hair friend, he hadn't been removed. But, no different than what Clinton did when he was impeached, stirred the pot a little bit and, and had, next thing you know, a war kicked off. At that point, the impeachment just kind of went out the window at that point in time. Notice the similarity there? But I'm going to post a link below. I want you all to listen to the link. Take a copy of the link, share it, but listen to what is actually being said. And that's some truth for you. That's some truth for your ass. Get right, people. Have a great day.